Welcome back to Pauline Wahome Diaries. I hope you had a great week. If you're new here, karibu sana. This is a forum where we discuss issues that affect the way we relate within our families, with our siblings, with our parents, and other members of the extended family. Here we bring out the good, the bad, and the ugly of what is happening in our families, of course with the name of bringing positive change and improving on the way we treat each other. If you have not subscribed, kindly consider doing so. My name is Pauline Wahome and welcome to today's program. Today's episode is still about the festive season. And those of us who are in their late 30s, in their 40s, 50s, and even 60s, remember Christmas with a lot of nostalgia. You would wait for Christmas for 11 good months. And when December came, we were prepared to celebrate Christmas. Indeed, it used to be a Merry Christmas. This is the only time we go to eat good food like chapati, rice. At that time, we would not get chapati by the roadside like it is now. Rice was not just another common food, it used to be food for the well-to-do. For us, it was the other food that I don't want to talk about, but we still eat the food and we grew up. We got to wear new clothes and we would work for those new clothes. When December came, it was time to pick coffee and we would go to those big coffee farms and pick coffee, get paid, and save for our clothes. We'd go to places like Wamunyeni, Kwa Dan Kanidegwa, Kwa Isaiah Madege, Kwa Mofea, among many other big coffee plantations. And we'd pick coffee and we'd get paid between 5 shillings to 7 shillings a debe, and you'd save that money. And you'd be able to buy new clothes and new shoes, hata kama ni zile za plastic. And would really wait for 25th. On 24th night, would go to church, come from church, make merry, would not sleep throughout the night. At that time, crime was not that much. And would come back, go around the village, singing, screaming, blowing whistles, all those things that made the celebration worthwhile at that time. And we continued like that, but eventually we grew up, left home, tukaenda kujitafutia, we went to towns, wengine wakaolewa, wengine wakaenda kufanya kazi kwingine. And just like that, within that generation, watu wakaenda kivyao, kila mtu akaenda kivyake. And then it came a time when we had to go back home. This is every other year, go back home and continue with the celebrations that we used to have when we were young. And with time, the psyche and the passion about Christmas, I think, died down. I don't know. Even after people have left home, a majority of us have maintained that tradition of going back home to celebrate Christmas with our parents and other members of the family. But one thing that we must agree is that the oomph, the zeal, the psyche about Christmas, that passion to go and celebrate Christmas, is not like it used to be before. It has died down. But people still go back home. But there's still a big number that never goes home for Christmas. And when sometimes I would look back and wonder, it's Christmas time, it is celebration time. Why don't people go home for Christmas? You'd stay in town. Some people would choose to stay in town and not go home. I would ask myself, why would someone want to stay in town and not go home? But later I came to learn, there are so many things that happened within the family that have made people not to go home for Christmas or even any other time of the year. And katika upekuzi wangu, I decided to talk to a few people and ask them, will you go home for Christmas? And a big number told me, I will not be going home for Christmas. I actually don't go home for Christmas. And at times, I do not attend any family celebration. And ask them why. And there's so many reasons why some people do not go home for Christmas or for any family gathering, for any celebration. And in my 2-part series of this program, we shall be looking at some of the reasons why some people never go home for Christmas. And we shall start with not very good reasons. One of the reasons why people never go home for celebrations is that our parents have passed on. And parents being the unifying factor at home, when they're not at home, at times people don't find reasons to meet anymore. And if care is not taken, most of the families zinasambaratika. People go their way, huyu anaenda hivi, huyu anaenda vile, and people never get the reason why they need to meet. Because when the parent was there, or when the parents were there, you'd find a reason as to why you'd want to go home. Wacha niende nyumbani niende nikaone mama yangu. Wacha niende nyumbani nikaone baba yangu. Ama wacha niende nikaone wazazi wangu. So most of the times when the parents are not there, you find that people are not willing to meet. Very few families remain together. Very few families remain united after the demise of their parents. And if care is not taken, most families just end like that. Unasikia huyu alienda kukaa huku, huyu anaishi huko, huyu anaishi huku. They hardly get to meet. And not because some people feel like they actually do not have a reason why they would want to go back home. So people just decide to do their celebrations in their own small families. Huyu na familia wake na watoto wake na bibi yake wanafanyia hapo. The other one will unite with their wife and their kids, and they will never get to have that big family because the people who made them go home are no longer there. The other reason is that after these parents die, some people, and especially brothers, I do not know why, but mostly brothers take over home. They even demarcate and show that this is no longer the home that you used to come to. This is our place now. Ata tumegawana, tumefence. Your parents' home is no longer there. So their other siblings, especially their sisters, do not have a place to call home. And they feel no need to gather again at a place where they do not feel the warmth of their home. Unakuja hapa unapata there's a gate there, there's a fence there, there's a wall there. You cannot even go there. You are left wondering, do we still have a home? Is a home still here? And people now just decide, I do not even have a reason to go home. Where am I even going? Do we actually have a home? The home was taken over. People disinherited their siblings, and the home ended. There is no place to call home. So that's another reason why people never get to go home to celebrate with the other family members. The other reason is that when one parent dies, and especially mothers, the father who is left behind may decide to get married again. And maybe the person who's this woman or this other wife who comes in, or this stepmother who comes in, does not have that very cordial relationship with the stepchildren. And every time there are disagreements, there are fights, there are conflicts, and these children feel like, I don't even ever need to go home. Why should I even go home to a place where I do not have any peace? I do not have that desire to go and be with the person who is at home. And people decide, no, I will not be going home. I will stay in town. I will stay in my place. I would rather go for holiday than go home because there's no peace. The person who is at home does not accord us that peace, does not give us that love to make us feel like this is our mother. No. And people decide like, because our father is okay with this other person who is not ready to welcome us, to make us feel at home, to make us feel like their children, they decide not to go home. So every other time you see people in town, do not judge people. Do not ask yourself, do not ask them, or even ask yourself, why are these people not going home for Christmas? There are so many other reasons why people do not go home for this festive season. And in the next part, we shall be talking about the other few reasons why people do not go home for Christmas. These are not just limited reasons. There are so many. We've just picked a few of them, discuss them, look at them, so that when you next time you see people who are just hanging around town, they are not going home, do not judge them. There could be reasons why they never go home. until we meet during the next episode, goodbye. See you. My name is Pauline. If you have not subscribed, kindly consider doing so. Thank you so much.